Hello, and welcome to another episode of 207 Aikido. So recently I've been playing with a few ideas which you could distill down and say they are about working at the Jiku and remaining connected. But it's a different way to think about it, and this is the first time I've really tried to explain some of these ideas that have been kicking around the back of my head. We've played around with them at a couple of practices, and in our 207 Aikido tradition, I'm bringing them to you before they've been polished. So get back to us in the comments if you see anything that could be helpful. We'd be very appreciative. A couple of the ideas we've been talking about are paradoxes. Things like trying to push and pull at the same time, or trying to work on a technique in multiple ways at the same time. And another of the ideas is about working at the edges, working as close to the edge as you can. So the first thing that I was playing around with, and I think I mentioned this in our Jiku Gamayate post, I can connect to Danny with our structures parallel here, or our structures can again be parallel here. But the thing that I wanted to play around with is, how does that transition happen? How do I get from here to here without losing tension? And so this is going to get at a couple of those principles I just mentioned. One, and this comes in my mind from a lot of the Kazushi Waza, in essence I'm going to try to divorce Danny's hand from the rest of his body. Danny has this sort of sphere of control here, where everything in here is pretty much, Danny can control this. And I have a similar sphere here. And what I'm just going to try to do is, I'm just going to try to shave the tiniest bit outside, bring this the tiniest bit outside of Danny's sphere of control, but keep it within mine, here. And now, if I work at this Jiku point here, I'm going to try to smoothly transition from pulling Danny's hand this way, which is the initial Kazushi, here, into the folding it back. But rather than having it be a jerky out, in, I want to have it be a smooth motion, like his wrist is on a ball bearing. So I'm just pulling out smoothly in. Again, I'm pulling here, and we were just working on smoothly bringing this around. And as we worked through it with different people, one of the things we realized, someone was having trouble with this, having this desire to come back in on it with this hand. And the point that we wanted to stress was, since this is out here, I'm working at the edge of my sphere. Now I'm taking this just 1 ounce, that doesn't make sense, 1 inch outside of Danny's sphere, and I'm trying to work at the absolute maximum edge of mine. So as I'm coming around, if I'm doing this right, Danny is a lot stronger than my thumb. But if I have all of my structure lined up correctly, and I can send this energy right into Danny's heel, I'm coming in totally square, that's the point where I want to hit Danny. And Danny's being a little bit nice there. But I don't want to talk forever, so we're going to move on.